everyone, this is your daily tarot for May 15th. We are going to go into the area of love today, but we are not going to be doing any specific sign, okay? It's general, it's not going to resonate with everyone, and that's all right. Take what resonates, leave what does not. As always, feel free to come back to these messages at a later date, because sometimes they do not resonate at all at first because they've yet to happen, or sometimes we have a hard time looking ourselves truthfully in the mirror, or they resonate one way today and they resonate another way the next time you watch it, and then oftentimes even a completely different way if you decide to come back and watch it again at an even later date. All right, so keep an open mind. Remember that energy is fluid and time is an illusion. Yes, this is time stamped for the 15th of May in 2021, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's when it's going on for you. All right, so I hope these messages find everyone in good health and good wealth and good spirits. Normally we don't do love messages, but I was led to do this like this for you right now. All right. So I trust that the strongest message will come out for whoever may need to hear it. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. Healing family issues, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. We'll talk about that in a minute. And heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly, discuss your feelings with each other. I'm told to pull one more. I was only going to pull 3. Let's see what's going on. Let go of control issues, okay? Allow the situation to unfold naturally. All right, so yeah, whatever you may need, we've been talking about like really intense shadow work lately. Whatever you may need to ask for from other people, especially if you're one of the ones that has a hard time asking for help or support, or even just asking for, even if it's just an ear, right? Just maybe, a lot of people won't even go out when they're sad, and I get it because they don't want to be the one to like bring everybody down. So I would definitely suggest them to keep your support group strong. If you are needing help, maybe watching the kids, or a little bit of financial help, or just peace of mind, somebody to bounce some ideas off of. Maybe you're needing help with ideas on starting a business, whatever it is, especially when it comes to the relationship. Maybe you're needing help and support as it, nears time to complete the cycle of ending out a long-term relationship. Okay, let your friends help you. If they believe that they can, if they're in a strong enough place, then let them do that for you. It's really important. If they can, that they do. For whatever reason, I feel like it's really important for you to understand that you have people in your corner in whatever situation you may be finding yourself in at this point in time. Okay, healing family issues, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So here's the thing with this card, I never get the immediate feeling of parents, because let's be honest, some people are raised by their grandparents, some people are raised by their older cousins, some people are raised by their aunties and uncles, and some people are adopted. Some people really have a tough time at home, and they leave at very young ages to form a family that is not necessarily connected by blood, with just random people that are not so random when you really think about it. So when it comes to this card, I want to take that word parents out of there. And if you've been rocking with me for a while, you've seen this deck. I say this every time we come to this card. It is not just your parents. If your older brother or sister helped raise you, and then that would be something there. If it was just random people, whoever you looked up to and had a hand in being a mentor, or anyone that had a authoritative figure or space or role model in your life, would be who we need to look at to be forgiving in this place. Especially if you for someone, I'm getting at least someone, possibly more of you, you may have looked at their relationship. You may have even idolized their relationship and looked at this as a model relationship. And as you got older, you see that there was a lot of issues there. And maybe there was a lot of things going on behind closed doors, a lot of different forms of abuse, be it mental abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse. There may have been some cheating going on there. And this kind of broke your heart. And because you might have looked at this situation or this relationship as the ideal model for a stand-up, long-lasting relationship, and then you find out later that it wasn't all it was cracked up to be, as far as the outward appearance would have you believe. I feel like it probably broke some of you down. Okay. I feel like some people here have witnessed probably not the best examples of relationships, and they were really bitter and maybe still bitter in that space. So again, we've been talking about this crazy deep amount of shadow work that's been happening here, and how we've been healing these issues within ourselves, and forgiving others to allow those issues to heal within ourselves. Because at the end of the day, we never forgive someone for them. We don't forgive another person or being for the sake of them. We forgive them for the sake of our own well-being and peace of mind and inner strength, and quite frankly, sanity. Okay, so you will find at this time, possibly a number of you will find that you're healing old family issues, maybe even traumas and scars and scrapes and bruises that you didn't even realize you had, or that you still had. Okay, so a lot of healing going on in this space, and from that is coming heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly, discuss your feelings with each other, for you and your partner. I feel like if you haven't been having some really heartfelt conversations, perhaps it's time that you do. And this could also even be with yourself, about how you handle relationships, look at relationships. I'm hearing even the expectations set on relationships. There is a way, what I am feeling is there is something that has been done here. It's very cyclical in nature, that is now trying to break away. Okay, it's trying to leave you, because it does seem to have some sort of toxicity attached to it, and attachment itself is even coming through as an issue, which usually has to do with abandonment issues. So someone feels as though they were abandoned by a parent or anybody that they looked up to, or a relationship entirely. Then oftentimes the decisions that they make after that, and the ideas that they have, and the expectations that they have, and let's be clear, expectations are just not positive. Like, I expect you to be there for me, I expect you to take care of me, I expect you to support me, I expect you to come home every night, those are expectations too, that could be looked at in a somewhat positive light, I guess. I expect you to be loyal to me. I expect you to be monogamous with me. These are things. But also, when you're coming from a destructive place, or a destroyed place, or even a jaded place, those expectations can be quite the opposite. They can be, well, I just expect you to leave me. I just expect you to not stick around. I just expect you to cheat on me. I just expect you to lie to me. I just expect that I can't depend on you. So understand that those expectations go both ways. And I'm seeing a lot of this try to break away. And this is happening in those heart-to-heart conversations, which is leading over to the let go of control issues. Okay, we're taking away really those expectations and allowing things to unfold in a space that are their natural state of being, which is really where you're going to get your best results, especially in a relationship. Because we don't get with people, well, we a lot of times, because of the place we're coming from, we do get with people to change them. We see something that we like about them. We're strongly physically attracted to them. We are in lust versus love. We are infatuated versus intrigued. We are obsessed versus, in love. And so these things can really take on a skewed vision for a lot of people. And so it's through those spaces that we make a lot of mistakes, and we set up a lot of failure from the very beginning. And so when we let go of all of this, when we let go of the control issues, we really get the strongest bonds, because they're formed out of choice by the other person. They're formed from the heart. People are going to do what they're going to do. You can't control that, and you really shouldn't want to. Most people want to be wanted. The problem comes whenever they try to push the situation where they're wanted, and instead of letting the other person want them on their own. And that's what feels good. It never feels good when you have to beg someone, or keep presenting a situation, or fighting for a relationship, even when you're the only one fighting for it. Okay, so it's really important that you go ahead and get the support that you need. I do feel strongly for many of you that there is something ending out. out, and a new something coming. Okay. Now, this new something could have presented itself in a space where the other thing was not completely over. And also, just because you have something ending out doesn't mean that there's a relationship ending completely. There could be a form or an aspect of the relationship that's ending, and these heart-to-heart conversations could be coming through as a renewed relationship. Maybe you're going to go forward in a different way. Maybe there's some reconciliation going on here. Maybe you thought you were done and now you see that you're not. And some of you, though, are seeing that you wanted something to be something so bad that that is what you saw. That is not actually what it was. That's what you wanted it to be, and that's what you wanted to see. And now looking back, some of you, not all of you, are seeing things for what they were, which may hurt. But again, there we are in those healing energies, the heart-to-heart conversations, and the letting go of control. And that's really going to help overall. Okay, let's get some tarot out here. I'm sorry, I probably should have been shuffling this whole time. Bear with me. Bear with me. Oh, I'm reading for a reader. I don't do this. If you watch me, I don't do this. This is not my way of reading. But every time I read for a reader, that split the deck 3-time thing comes in. I don't know where people get, I don't know. Anyway, I'm reading for a reader. I can see that clearly. Okay, yep, 3 of Swords. There's some disappointment here. The High Priestess, Inner Wisdom, the Magician, okay, and the Knight of Cups, Empathy. All right, so like I said, we were letting your friends help you. Like I said, there's a cycle ending out that really hurt. It did hurt. It was hurtful. It hurt. There was sorry, the way they're saying it to me is just kind of funny. It's like a riddle. Maybe it feels like that to you. Maybe it feels like a riddle. Maybe you feel like you're in this weird book, like this weird games. Okay, so that's why it feels like a riddle, because you feel like someone was playing games with you. You feel probably taken for granted. Whatever this is, it doesn't matter. Yeah, you're disappointed that it's that it's ending out, or that it's ended in the way that it's ended. And for some of you, I don't really feel like you're disappointed that the situation itself is ending. I really don't. I feel like it's almost I'm feeling a little bit like I want to have a party. Okay, I think you're disappointed in the way it was handled. I think you're disappointed when you look back. Ooh, okay, so they're saying like you're looking back at a situation. So maybe this is just wrapping up loose ends of a situation that's been over for quite some time. Okay, and just admitting that can bring back some yucky feelings. And I think that's what's happening. You're looking back at a situation and really wishing that it could have been handled a little bit differently. It isn't the ending so much I feel is disappointing. I feel that it's the way that it was handled, either by you or the other person, or perhaps, takes 2 to tango. So. And the High Priestess, Inner Wisdom here, love your, we're more healing. And that is what it is. We're going to new heights and new dimensions, and looking back and looking down. Like, we're not coming from this lower vibrational space anymore with this High Priestess. We're actually going in, we're digging deep, and we're facing what we have to face. Major manifestation mode here in inner skills. When you're having these heart-to-heart conversations, I think you understand, someone here definitely understands, that the more honest they are about this with their new partner, or maybe even themselves, the more they're able to manifest a true love, a natural love, one that isn't forced, and also one that's not a replacement. Okay, honey, because that came through strong with the booming voice. Yeah, you can't replace me. They said, you can't replace me. You can try. But what happens when they leave? What happens when they leave? So okay, yes, now I understand why we had to do this. Okay. So someone has gotten into a relationship, and this happens often. No judgment, no shade, no shame. Okay, but this happens often, and so not surprised. But someone got into a relationship very early on when another relationship ended. They actually probably got into several relationships. They actually probably didn't have that much time to themselves, if any. I know I've been guilty of this, which is why I talk to y'all all the time about all of my, weird sex addiction and relationship issues, and why I was celibate for so long, why I went into silent, I just completely went off the grid for years. Okay, years. And it was because I had a lot of healing to do. And that's what I'm seeing here. Someone tried to replace him. This person probably even looks like the last person. And I'm sorry, but that's sick. You're gross. And it's great if you found happiness, whatever. I don't think you did. All you did was, well, okay, you know that they say like the best way to get over one is to get under another. And that's what somebody has done. And that is not going to end well. It isn't going to end well because those problems are going to repeat themselves. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow. They're saying specifically when you're 42, whatever that means for you. So you're obviously younger than 42 right now. Hey, it is what it is. You do you, boo boo. But I'm telling you, you need to heal. And now that there's already been a relationship started, it just piles on more problems, because now just because you replaced another person, tried to replace someone with another person, it doesn't mean you love them any less, because we grow to love people, right? We grow to love people, but now all you've done is complicate things. So when these issues do arise, now you have all the healing from the previous relationships and parental issues, because I'm heavy parental issues here. Mom is a fuck up. That's what they're telling me. That is not me speaking. I apologize for it coming through that way. This is a general reading, and that message is not meant for everyone. All right. It is what it is. And I'm not saying nothing bad about your mom. Hey, I'm a fuck up as a mom, probably daily. You know, it doesn't come with an instruction manual. Let's just make that clear. Nobody's perfect. But there's a lot of family and parental issues that needed to be healed. Then on top of that, you have past relationship issues that never were healed. And then on top of that, you've tried to replace someone with another person very quickly. And now on top of that, you and this person have your own set of issues, right? If everything was correct, you're always going to have, relationships take work. So you're always going to have problems that you're going to have to work out and be there with one another. But what you've done is add. And now when it comes time, if it comes time to split with this person, you will be left so much more broken, because you never actually healed from the first however many issues there were. And then now you've grown to love this person, and it's confusing as to what's actually an issue with this person and what is your own issue that happened before this person. And so now you're trying to work all this, and this is coming through. I'm guessing we're probably about a decade in advance on this part of the reading. Okay. I'm sure it's resonating with some of you right on, but because they gave me the age of 42 for someone specifically, there's that. And that could be their age also. So keep that in mind. But, in any event, it just makes it so much harder. And this is why it's so important to come to a relationship as whole as you can, and understand that no one completes you. They can only complement you. Okay. The Knight of Cups, empathy. Hopefully there's empathy in that space, but I do see a proposal and an offer coming here whenever it's allowed to unfold naturally. So yeah, let's clear that. Let's clear all of that, because that was a very specific message. Yeah, because this isn't what a person wanted, okay? So this situation stemming from the past was far less than satisfactory. It just simply isn't what one or even both people wanted, okay? I feel like you know what you want, and you know where you want to be in life. Okay, the end goal, 10 of Pentacles, always for everyone, right? No matter what that looks for you. Now, some people it looks like a house, a car, 2 cars, a 2-car garage, a courtyard, a white picket fence, a couple of dogs, a few kids. For some people that looks like a big, high-rise apartment in the city with no kids and no animals. For some people that looks like a tent in the desert, just me and you with the clothes on their back. So don't get it twisted. The 10 of Pentacles, yes, it's absolute, retirement, big money, full house, but that looks different for everyone, for each person, for each individual, okay? So we know the end goal here, but in order to get there, we know that we have to raise our vibrations no matter what. We have to be truly happy within ourselves, okay? Queen of Hearts coming through with this Magician energy, heart-to-heart conversations, absolutely. That's a level of understanding and abundance, and intuitive communication, even as I'm hearing it, intuitive communication. I'm seeing someone is being asked to have patience with a couple of people. So again, I'm right back to, there was a situation, or is currently a situation ending out while another one had already started or is getting ready to start up. And I'm seeing that we're being asked, or someone here, probably everybody, this is probably just a good rule to have in general, right? To have intuitive conversations and be understanding in that space. But there's also a level of healing. There's a level of self-nurturing that's coming through with these inner skills in this Magician. There's a level of being able to take care of yourself and not put all of your attention on them, right? So whenever you're trying to heal a person and you're not healed yourself, we are not going in the right direction. Let me just let you know that, okay? And so there's a way of being, it's like, if handled correctly in this situation, honestly, everybody wins. And that's pretty beautiful and pretty powerful. Okay, 4 hearts. Someone seems to be waiting idly for something to happen. Someone may be waiting to get engaged, waiting to get married, waiting for this offer, waiting for it to be official. And that could have something to do with ending out this old cycle. Rest assured that everything is exactly how it's supposed to be. It's just that nothing what it seems. Nothing is what it seems. The situation is unfolding naturally. Let's get the end game over here, because I feel like we're dealing with a couple of different situations or relationships. Yeah, someone is waiting. They've been waiting probably for a while for their options to open up, for their reality to shift. They could be waiting for paperwork or messages, but it does have to do with the planning of a future. Okay? They seem to be waiting patiently, but they're also getting bored. They're getting a little bit there's a point here where someone's trying to convince themselves. Someone's trying to convince themselves of something. Someone's trying to convince themselves that they're not in competition. Likely this is something online. You know, this type of energy always comes through when like people pretend to be one way online. Okay, so if you're happy with your relationship and you want to put every little aspect of your relationship online, again, no shame, no shade, no judgment, but it is a little bit weird. I know, like, I'm coming from a space where I used to put all my problems online, but I was truly unhappy. I don't know what I was doing. I think I was just so erratic and self-destructive in that space. Like, now that I look back, like, I would never, but most of the people don't even know that I've had a man for 2 years. Like, nobody even knows that about me, really. I mean, I keep my relationship is so sacred and so precious to me. It's mine and mine alone. But there is a sort of immature energy here of having to make things look a specific way online in regards to a relationship, where it comes down to, who are you trying to convince? The world or yourself? Or is it one and the same because of your codependent relationships overall and your need for validation from an outside source? Or, as you see it, the outside source that is your audience. Whoa, someone, you know what? I really don't even want to read on that energy, because, okay, so here's the thing. Let's bring it back positive, right? You're going to have an opportunity to heal that part of you as well. And I feel like I'm dealing with just a younger, it's either an immature person overall, or just overall a younger energy. Maybe they just haven't had the life experience to maybe they're just not seasoned. Maybe they're just a young person. But the changes are coming. There will be, yeah, see, something's coming in moderation. There's a balance. There's a transformation happening. So you are going to hit a big, there's an ending out. There's a death happening overall. I feel like I'm dealing with like 3 or 4 different relationships that are somehow tied to the same people. Interesting. That's really interesting. Yeah, anyway, but it is energy, right? That is fluid and, all interconnected. But yeah, like I said, even for the ones that are trying to portray a certain level of false happiness is how it's wanting to come through online, it's going to be okay. And again, no shame. But you will have a chance to redeem that as well, and something becomes very real for you over time, and you have some fated events coming in. It is going to be a bit of a gamble, and that's going to come when those other problems finally arise from the past. Again, that could be a decade out, because yeah, I'm seeing someone even leave that situation and then they're right back to square one. Now, that's not for everybody. Let's be clear, that is not for everybody. They're telling me to pick this up as a separate space. Yeah, you've got someone here that's holding on tight to the relationship they have. Okay, so that we're doing, this is two different scenarios now completely. Okay, so that person or that, you know, energy is one. Then you have another person here that's actually ending out the cycle, heading to a new space, letting go, forming a relationship, you know, and they're absolutely 100% meant to be. This is divine connection, and that's why they're holding on so tight. No matter what happens, no matter what happens in that space, they're going to fight for that 100%. No matter how long they may be apart, no matter how long they have to go, no matter how long, no matter how stressful it gets, these people are holding on, and they do move forward. This is heavy emotional commitment, spiritual union. This is a divine connection. I'm not saying that this one is not a divine connection, but it has a lot more work to do because of the way that it started out. Okay, because there is one, if not two people involved in that particular relationship that were not where they needed to be when they actually came together. Does that make that relationship any less significant within a person's life and soul lessons? No, it does not. There's still a lot more work and a lot more problems that I'm seeing coming out of that. And this relationship seems to be much more mature. The people were much more whole whenever they encountered one another. They have had past experiences that have brought them to the place where they recognize real energy. They're much more established in life as independent people. So when they come together, yeah, they're willing to do whatever they have to do and fight for whatever they have to fight for to get what it is they desire, because they are content with one another and they see this as divine connection. They see this as absolute truth. Okay, so that's what I have for you. I really hope that someone got something out of this message. I love you all so much. Let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed this, and I will see you tomorrow.
Gina, she's so spicy.